Hey guys, Eli here, and I got a comment from a YouTuber saying that he wants me to talk about a Roth IRA account. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to talk about something totally different. Nah, I'm just messing with you guys. I'm going to talk about the 5 top benefits of having an IRA account.
Cause them tight.
School was really bad because I honestly never learned anything about a Roth IRA account. Matter of fact, I never heard anything about a 401k account. As a matter of fact, I didn't even know what the stock market was. In my 20s, when I used to work for a shuttle service, I remember I had a passenger that said, "Hey, do you have a 401k or a Roth IRA?" I thought that person was just taking random numbers and random letters and random words and just mixing them all together. Yes, I also got a Blast 54321 and a Congo 30B. So today I want to talk about a Roth IRA for those of you guys who don't know, if you're like me, and the top 5 benefits from actually having an IRA. And we're starting now. If you guys love to talk about personal finance and mindset, you guys want to help support the Urban Lifestyle channel, start now by hitting the subscribe button, hit that notification icon so you guys get future notifications of my future videos. A Roth IRA is an individual retirement account to which you contribute after tax dollars. While there are no current year tax benefits, your contributions and earnings can actually grow tax-free. And you can actually withdraw them tax and penalty-free after the age of 59 and a half. And once your account has been open for at least 5 years, there are other benefits from actually owning a Roth IRA account as well. One being no contribution age restriction. You can contribute at any age as long as you have qualified income. Another benefit is no required minimum distributions. There are no mandatory withdrawals, allowing your savings to continue to grow even during retirement. Another benefit is no income tax on inherited Roth IRAs. If you pass your Roth IRA to your heirs, their withdrawals will also be tax-free. Having a Roth IRA is a great saving option for those who plan to make higher income in their later years. If you feel like you're going to be in a higher tax bracket, maybe 50 years down the line, it's a great plan for you, making tax-free withdrawals even more advantageous. However, there are income limitations when opening a Roth IRA. So not everyone would be eligible for this type of retirement account. So with that being said, what are the IRA contribution limits? To open up a Roth IRA account and how much you can contribute to that account is based on your earned income. Current contribution limits, even if you are already covered by your current employer sponsored plan, is $6,000 a year if you're under the age of 50 and $7,000 a year if you're at the age of 50 or older. Now let's talk about the 5 benefits of actually owning a Roth IRA account. Number 1, tax-free retirement income. Now the most obvious difference between a traditional IRA and a Roth IRA is how each account deals with taxes. A traditional IRA offers an upfront tax break. Contribution may be deductible in the year that they're actually added to the account, but when you pull money from that traditional IRA, you will pay taxes on that money. Now with a Roth, you'll have to wait a little bit longer for the tax savings payoff, but it's worth it. Especially for those who predict that their taxes will be rated at a higher rate in the future, because you actually took care of the taxes up front in a lower tax bracket right now by funding that account with post-tax dollars. Now remember, Roth contributions are not deductible, so as far as the IRS is concerned, their business with you is taken care of. So when you start making withdrawals in your retirement from that account, you owe nothing, including if your investment gained you a lot of money. The money is yours, free and clear. So theoretically speaking, since you pay tax up front and you invest that money within your Roth IRA account, and let's say within the next 50 years, you earn billions upon billions upon billions of dollars in that account, it should be tax-free. Now, benefit number 2 is easy early access to the money. Now, ideally, the money that you put for retirement should be stashed away and really untapped until you retire. But if there's ever a time where you fall into hard times, the Roth make early withdrawals more easier than a traditional IRA. If you take early withdrawals from a traditional IRA before the age 59 and a half, you'll likely be faced with both an income tax bill and a 10% penalty for actually withdrawing early. With some exceptions, of course. Now, with a Roth IRA account, you can dodge some of the penalties and fees as long as the money that you withdraw comes from contributions and not from money earned, which means if I put $50 into that account, I can withdraw that $50. But if I put $50 in that account and that $50 turns into $250 through investments, I can't take none of the earnings from that account. I can only withdraw that original $50. Now, this makes a Roth IRA account a more reasonable choice when you want to access your money. Now, benefit number 3 is a less ageist withdrawal rule. Money in a traditional IRA is subject to RMDs, or required minimum distributions, which means savers are required to withdraw from their account at age 72. And if you forget to cash that check, the IRS can hit you with a 50% penalty tax, and that's on the amount that you didn't withdraw. Now, a Roth IRA, on the other hand, is RMD free. The original account holder is free to let their money just stay in there as long as they're alive. That just means that their money can just stay in there and just grow along with the markets, or at the same time, they're not forced to sell in a downward market. They can just leave it in there and wait for the market to recover. Now we go into benefit number 4, which is better terms for your heirs. Unlike money left in a traditional IRA account or other retirement accounts such as a 401k, if you were to pass that down to your heirs, they are required to actually pay taxes on that money. And distribution from an inherited Roth IRA is tax-free. Now, benefit number 5 is almost anyone can actually contribute to a Roth IRA. Now, some people may be all gung-ho into getting a Roth IRA account, but your plans may be throttled because your income puts you above the Roth IRA eligibility. Now, in 2020, those limits are $139,000 in modified adjusted gross income for single taxpayers, or $206,000 if you're married and file jointly. But here's one more perk. There's a workaround to the income limit rules. Not eligible to open a Roth? No problem. There's a workaround for that. With a little fancy footwork, an existing traditional IRA or a non-deductible IRA can be converted into a Roth IRA, thanks to the strategy known as the backdoor IRA. Close the door, man. Now, the catch is, of course, taxes. You're required to pay income taxes on any contribution that were deductible, as well as any investment gains within the account before it was converted. But once you're done settling your tab, eureka! You are now a proud owner of a brand new Roth IRA account. Now, doing my research on this video, while I'm recording the video, I decided, hey, you know what? I need to call my brokerage and see if I could transfer my account into a Roth IRA. So I actually paused mid-video and actually called them up and see what can happen. I hate this part. Finally.
Good afternoon, and thank you for calling. My name is please have your first and last name. How can I assist you today?
I was wondering, I have a retirement account with you guys, and I was wondering the possibilities of me actually transferring that into a Roth IRA.
Before we go any further, for the safety and security of the account, I'm going to have to ask you a couple of questions. Is that going to be okay?
Sure.
All right, what are the last 4 digits of your social security number?
So, turns out that yes, I would have to pay the taxes on the money I have on there, and at the same time on the gains that I had on there. But then I asked him a different question. I was like, hey, can I actually just get another one? And then he told me something that I did not find out during my research. He said, yes, I could get a Roth IRA, but how with my traditional IRA, I can contribute $6,000. If I get the Roth, I'll only be able to divide it up by putting $3,000 into the regular IRA and $3,000 into my Roth IRA. That's something I didn't know. But that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys found value in this video, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and have a